thank you very much, people. It will be to Haris bhai. It is over to you, sir. Thank you very much for being with us. And now it's your show to run.
All right, thank you so much, Naveed, for giving a quick kickstart for this introductory session about MRGT Institute for providing the delivery of quality services and quality trainings to their students. So let's get started with small little session for CISM. All right, so evening, everyone, officially. And thank you so much for joining this session. My name is Haris Khan. I am here to deliver you this small little CISM training introductory session. I have over 12 years of experience in IT industry. Joined as a system engineer in 2009, progressing through different supervisory and security consulting roles. Right now, my main areas of work experience includes working for designing secure architectures for our customers, uh, making some incident handling plans, and blue teaming activities are one of my core interest activities. I hold multiple IT certifications, security certification specific, including the gold standard CISSP as well. I've been teaching for like more than a year, so it's a bit like it's a little bit about me. So let's start the session. All right, so about CISM, Certified Information Security Manager certification exam. It's one of the uppermost credentials for the professionals in the field of IT security. So professionals who are accountable for the development, management, and governance of the information security systems, the organization, they go for the CISM certification, the training. So this certification is actually designed for the information security professionals so that they can master the core information security knowledge and skills, so that they could align information enterprise security program with that of the business goals of the organization. So CISM is all about it's a management focused certification. So if information security management that's aligned with the business strategy of the organization, if they are one of the learning goals of you're you're aiming for that, so this is something that's for you. Right, so who this certification is for. If you are inexperienced in a security field, with roles like you have been in a security analyst role, or maybe a security auditor, or maybe you have been working as a security engineer, and you're looking to upskill in security management practices, or maybe you aspire for a role like information security manager, or an IT security manager, or maybe a system security manager role, right? So you may go along with this CISM path and go ahead for the certification. So how to earn this certification? There are some things. Well, obviously, exam is one thing in the list that you have to do, right? But ISACA has some certain rules and regulations for the experienced IT security professionals who wish to apply for the CISM certification. So these rules consist of candidate must have to agree with the ISACA's code of practice, the professional ethics, right? And he must possess at least 5 years of security experience that comply with organizational continuously education policy, and submit an application for that as well. So some combination of just to let you know that there are some combination of education and experiences that may be submitted for the experience waivers. We call this as waiver. We will be talking about that in a coming few slides. So about the costing structure of this certification, well, I have researched a little bit about like how much is each and everything is like charged with the candidates while you are taking the exam. Well, you do not care much about how much the price is if you are ultimate goal is to take the certification. But again, it's a heads up for the guys who are looking forward and pursuing for the certification. Well, as you can see, the table mentions two paths for registering the exam for the CISM certification exam. So it would be either a member way or a non-member way you should have to choose to take the exam. So if you, most of the guys, if you ask them about which path most people take, with it all about the people wish as well. Most of the time there is an analogy of like people are saying that, well, if they are opting for additional ISACA certifications from the ISACA body, so they said, well, the member way is the good way in that case. But in that thought, if in that thought, while they are in that thought, they opt for, like, say, since they are not opting for any more certifications for from the same vendor, so that's why they mostly choose the non-member path. But let me clarify you a little bit on these things. Yes, Amanda, yes, thank you for asking this question. Well, uh, I will talk about that a little bit after the end of the session. Well, there is a question for Aman saying that, is there an opportunity for the jobs after someone attains this certification? So about that, let me clarify you one thing. Uh, there are things like you have to grab an opportunities in the market. There are a lot of opportunities for cyber security in the market right now, and the field is in very demand right now. So the thing is that the first part is that you have to get yourself inside the interview room. So this certification is just not just a piece of paper. It can give you, it will definitely give you or definitely take you this interview room. And again, after that, it's all on you to prove your skills, and that's all depend upon how deep you have studied the knowledge mentioned in the certified information security manager course. So it's about you, or all, it's all about you. Like if you have this thing with you, so it can take you this into the interview room, and after that it's all on you to drive the car and to steer it in the direction you want it to steer it to. Is 5-year experience mandatory? How to provide evidence? Currently, I'm working in an organization for 4 years. Can I use this experience to get the certifications? So yeah, I will come to that in the coming slides. Don't bother about that. There's a slide for that, so no issues with that. Currently, we are discussing about the costing structures. So let me know if you do not get answer for that. Yes, yes, Joseph, I'm gonna answer this in the coming slide. Like ISO 27000 or CISM. Uh, right now, I guess it's not the right slide to answer this question, but I will come to that. Is there any experience waivers? If yes, there are experience waivers. They are mentioned in the coming few slides. Yeah, that's just that's very nice. If you're certified as ISO 27000, so it's going to benefit for you not only in terms of knowledge but also experience as well. So coming on that more in the next slide. So about the cost structure, as I told you about, you can either go for the member way or the non-member way. But as you can see, there is a marked line, the second last row in the table, saying about if you go the non-member way, you will have to pay like $945. If you go the member way, it is like $865. So it's pretty much clear from this point onwards that, well, the member way is much cheaper than the non-member way, which most people think that, well, they would be like choosing the non-member way, so it will charge less for them. So maybe this is something that can be clarified from here. So the exam is such that, well, you have to like the cost structure is such that you have to register the exam with ISACA website itself. Exam cost is either 760 or 575, the first row of the table. In the second row, it says about application processing fees. Well, all the members, all the people who opt for the CISM certification exam, they would have to submit an experience verification application to the ISACA itself. So this experience verification application costs $50, regardless of either you move the member way or the non-member way. So it's equally charged on both sides. About the membership right now, if talking about the third row in the table. So if you are a member, so we will be just talking about that only. So you would have to pay an initial membership fees of $135 with a $10 of initial application fees plus a $50 of local chapter charges if you are residing in Middle East region. Well, in each country has its own local charges, local chapter charges. So you would have to consult the application form for that. The charges mentioned right now reflect the charges about what which you could have to pay in Pakistan, India, and UAE region. About the annual fees, yeah, it's pretty much clear over there that you have to either pay $85 or $45 if you are a member or a non-member. And there are chapter charges, $50. It's a one-time fees as well. So this is something that you would have to pay for that. So overall, it costs like for like $945 or $865, and there onwards the next year you will have to either pay $85 or $45. So I guess the table is pretty much clear, and it's pretty much open the eyes for the people who are looking for taking the certification exam and choosing the non-member way for that. So please keep this in mind as well. All right, so about the exam, how much are the how many questions are there in the exam? Well, the exam is comprised of total of 150 questions. All of them are MCQs. Exam runs for a 4 hours period, and the grading scale is on a window of 200 to 800 marks. And there's a passing rate pretty much like 55%, like for 50 marks achievement out of 800, which is pretty much achievable to like everybody. Like if you are usually working in a security field, so maybe if you're not working, still you can achieve this mark up with a little bit of an effort. Question, is 5 space mandatory? How to provide evidence? Yeah, I will come to that. I will come to that in the coming slide. No issues about that, Naveed. Ajab, can you mark a question and return to review? Can you mark a question and return? Yes. You can mark questions. That's an option with CISM. Remember, there are two bodies very famous in the market for these information security certifications: the ESACA and the IC2. So the certifications, like specifically the CISSP exam, is being famous for that. Once you have answered the question and you have clicked forward next, so you cannot move backward to review your answers back again at the end of the exam. So it's not with the ESACA. You can move back and you can review the questions after you have finalized or you have completed the exam. No issues with that. All right, so what happens after you pass the exam? So the CISM credentials, they are valid for 3 years. So should you wish to actually maintain the credentials, you must have to pay an annual maintenance fees, the member way and then or the non-member way, the $45 and the $85 itself, already mentioned in the previous slide. So ISACA also asks the credential holders to actually maintain some minimum education hours as well. ISACA calls this as continuing professional education hours. So these are 120 total in number. So you would have to submit 120 CPEs after 3 years of tenure period of your certification. So there are 2 things total that you would have to submit to renew your CISM certification. The first thing is your annual maintenance fees, and the second thing is your compliance with the continuing professional education hours. So in summary, you can.
Sorry, I have a question because I was bit confused myself as well. The member or non-member candidate will pay that fees after 3 years, or he will pay $45 from the first year as well.
let me clarify that the slide says pay the CISM annual maintenance fees for $45 for the members and $85 for the non-members. So it pretty much is self-evident. It's an annual maintenance fees you would have to pay per year, rolling on to a 3 years window. Like you would have, like, say for example, if you want to maintain your certification, so after 3 years, since it's going to expire, so if you are going the member way, so after 3 years you would have to pay 45 times 3 amount of dollars to renew your certification, along with the CPs or submissions as well. So it's an annual fees.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right, so all right, the questions that you guys have been asking for, are there any waivers for this for the 5 years experience requirement? So the slide is for you guys, those guys who have been curious about, are there any waivers? So about the waivers, one thing I want to clarify on this slide, the candidate can acquire maximum of 2 years of waivers from the above mentioned choices. So it's all on you right now to choose the 2 years waivers choice or the 1 year's waiver choice, or it's all on like what you have right now in your hand, right? So talking about the 2 years waivers choice, if you have a CISA or an active CISM, sorry, an active CISSP or a master's degree or an MBA degree, so you can have a 2 years waivers out of the 3 years mandatory, 5 years mandatory requirement of the CISM certification exam. On the other hand, if you have not any of the above three things in your hand, so you can go for a 1 year waiver if you have a bachelor's degree in information security or any related field. No issues with that, but ISACA would decide on the submission of an application that you have the degree that's relevant to the certification that you are opting for. So the 1 year waiver is applicable for a bachelor's degree. If you have a relevant security certification, Joseph, this is for you. If you have relevant security certification, and that's ISO 27000, so you can have a 1 year waiver over here. And also if you have information security management, information system management experience with you, so you can have a 1 year full waiver from that as well. So I guess this is pretty much clear. This slide is straightforward, taken from the application experience certification, experience verification application itself. So this is something that you will literally see in the application document itself. Can you please explain more about information system management? Information system management is all about, like, if you are holding some IT assets with you and you are responsible for maintenance of those assets on a day-to-day basis or managing those assets. Maybe an IT manager role could be a best example for that. Ali, as I already mentioned, candidate can acquire maximum of 2 years of waivers from the mentioned choices in the slide. So maximum of 2 years can be waived off, not more than that. So you can go, if you have a CISA and also you have an ISO 27000 certification, so you could either go for a 1 year waiver by submitting the ISO 27000 certification proof, or you can go with the 2 years waivers by submitting the CISA certification proof. So you cannot submit both at the same time. You can just submit one at a time. All right, a little bit about recommendations for the preparation of this certifications. There are actually two main books that instructors highly recommend, and I will not be an exception to this as well. So the first book is from McGraw-Hill by Peter H. Well, in all-in-one guides are most of the time very well-known guides among the students, very liked by many of the students. So the book by Peter H, it's comprised of, as you can see in the black screenshot, it's comprised of 550 pages. A good thing about it is that it's very simple writing, and the explanation of exam topics and concepts are really well explained and mentioned. So actually, I'm totally confused. I'm just doing masters in networking and have a CCNA certificate, and I have just 6 months of experience. But for the further planning of CISSP, or what's better, I can suggest Tripiti, I can suggest you this after the class. No issues with that. Maybe you can drop the message afterwards. But I guess if you are opting for the CISM certification exam and you think that, well, you do not have relevant experience, so ISACA do gives you ample amount of time to gather that experience for the CISM certification. So it's not like that if you do not have experience, you cannot opt for that. You can take the exam and you can submit for the experience after a set period of time allowed by ISACA. So the book is very simple, simple to read. If you have time, so you should really read this book first. The second book, that is from the ISACA body itself, uh, the CISM Review Manual 15 edition. It's the latest one, still being followed by different exam takers. The book has almost 250, 292 pages. Please do not be confused with the number of pages of this book. The book is written in 2 columns pages, and also the page size is kind of like a little bit larger than normal A4 size page. So you can easily assume that the book size is like 600 plus pages in length. So this is a must-read book for the exam. Please note it. And, and about a little bit about reviews about the book. As the book readers, actually, they most of the time they complain about the book is too dry to read. But let me tell you that it's a necessary evil to see for the exam, because the book wording, it exactly reflects the wording that you would see in the exam itself. So it's a mandatory thing that you have to follow along. Now, about the preparation time, how much time would it take if you opt for the CISM certification? If you are an experienced professional and you have been working for some time in the industry, so you might have already been developed some studying and learning skills. So for those kind of guys, if you spend like 2 hours per day continuously without missing a day in the plan, so it's for sure that you will be ready after a 1 month period of time. You would have enough concepts to explain and to actually to use it in your life and your experience in your practical life. So 1 month is enough for that. And after that you can take like a 1 week, or maximum of maybe 2 weeks. Maybe you can move beyond that, but after that you start forgetting things. So I guess 1 week is enough to do some practice questions for this certification, and then you are ready. Like, so in summary, you need like 1 month and a week period of time to prepare for this certification. You can move along with even more strict, relaxed time period of preparation for that as well. Most of the guys ask for, like, the normal guys can prepare for like in 2 months or 3 months period of time. Most of the time, I have heard this from most of the guys who have been taking this exam. Uh, yeah, you can contact with Vakas for that. They will be providing this recording for you. No issues with that. So this is necessary evil you have to actually receive in the exam, in the preparation. So go for that. So in summary, you need like 2 months, or in normal way, most guys say 2 to 3 months enough for the certification. But what I have experienced, In my personal experience, 1 month and 1 week is enough for the certification if you reserve 2 hours daily for this studies. About the plan, there are two plans. The first is that if you go directly with the CISM review manual reading, this is something that if you have already experience with security practices and management, so you can go along with the book directly. But if you don't have any exposure to the most of the security practices, maybe in that case, it won't be a right decision for you to go directly with the ISACA CISM review manual. The path would be that you should first read the all-in-one guide by Peter, and then you should move along next with the CISM review manual. So about the course contents, well, the course contents are not that much uh, huge in size. There are total 4 domains that are covered in CISM certification exam. Domain 1 comprised of 24% of the overall 150 questions inside the exam is about information security governance. A little bit summary about this domain is that this domain will teach you about how to build an information security strategy inside your organization that is aligned with your business goals and objectives. And this is something that this domain will teach you about, and then you will go along with the implementation of this strategy. So that will be coming around in domain 3. But moving on with the next domain, which is information security risk management domain. Since information security governance domain will teach you on how to build an information security strategy, and then it will ask you what are the tools and techniques that are required to build this strategy and the roadmap for the information security program. So once you have this ready at your disposal, you can move along with the implementation of this strategy that is aligned with the business goals, and that's mentioned in domain 3. But since you once you are implementing these strategies in your organization, you would face many kind of challenges, and one major challenge is that what if you fail to implement certain goals and objectives of this information security strategy. So there is inherent risk with that. So how to deal with this risk, how to identify this risk, this would be taught in domain 2, which says about information security risk management. It teaches us about how the risk management framework are being organized, what are the uses of those frameworks. But it pretty much starts from the basic ground level step of identifying the assets of the organization. So after you have that, you find out the threats and vulnerabilities presented to those assets, and then you find out and estimate the risk through different analysis techniques, and then you do the risk prioritization, and then do different risk response steps. So this is all kind of encapsulated in some list of processes. You won't have to discover the risk management activity and processes all by yourself while you are practicing inside the organization. There are frameworks available out there in the market that you can make use of and tweak it according to your own organizational practices. So we will be pretty much talking about different risk management frameworks that you can take advantage of, like the famous ISACA IT risk. Remember one thing about ISACA, the body is famous for two main contributions to the information security market. The first is the IT audit framework being developed by ISACA itself, and the second is the COBIT framework. And now the ISACA has its own IT risk framework as well, which is being followed at places. Different risk management practices also refer this framework as well. So about methodologies, we will be watching around the IT risk framework from ISACA itself. We will be talking about NIST risk management framework. We will be little going into a very glimpse into the ISO 27000 risk management framework. So this is all that will be covered in information security risk management domain. Moving on to the information security program development and management, it's 27% in weight, and it's the second episode of domain one. In domain one, we developed an information security strategy, and in domain two, we would be implementing this information security strategy. So there would be two ways. When you join an organization, you would find out that, well, the organization is either new, or maybe it's about to move into its information security program management practices, or the other way around, maybe organization already has information security management program inside the organization. So you would have either to build a program from a scratch, or maybe you have to manage the existing program for the improvements, or maybe the upcoming changes inside the organizational goals, or the legal or regulatory laws that have been acted upon us to tweak our security program a little bit according to it. So in that case, information security program development and management will teach us about how to manage or how to develop this kind of program. The last domain, information security incident management, it's 19% in weight. It would be talking about the incident management, and in this domain we will discuss about how to make a robust incident management program that ensures timely and an effective response to the information security incidents. So this is a small little glimpse into what we would be covering in each and every domain. So moving on to the next slide. The class will run every Saturday, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pakistan time, 4 hours of class will be in size. And well, it's roughly 4 hours. It can squeeze out a little bit to maybe 4.5 at times. Well, it depends if the questions from the students are in high weight. Maybe in that case, maybe the class will be a little bit extended to like 4+ hours or what. Normally just 1-2 breaks of 10 minutes, no more than that. So that's something from my side. If there are any questions, you can throw on. I can answer you for that. No issues. Yes, Asalisha, what about Waivers? Yeah, I'm here. Well, the today's session was about the introduction to the CISM certification, the pricing model that we went through, the member way and the non-member way, the recommendation for the preparation of this exam, about the books that you are supposed to carry along to prepare for this certification, and also about the time period, how much time period expected. Most of the guys who are going for the certification, they are mostly job doers. They mostly interested about how much time would it take, so it was about that as well. So in summary, this was about a little bit introduction about how does the certification goes and what are the domains inside it, and little bit about the preparation stuff. I'm currently working as a security administrator, and managing IAM and endpoint security, network security, and have 4 years of experience. So the waivers of 1 year of information system management for me. Yes, you're already working in security, no issues with that. You can easily get 1 year of waiver from that. I have 8 years of experience in Linux administration. Then how much waivers? Well, you can submit this via SACA, but for my suggestions, you can get at least 1 year of experience from that, waiver from that. Tripitri, this class is for free, yeah? Like anyone can join? Yeah, sure, no, anyone can join that class. It's a free session, it's a free class, no issue with that. It's a free knowledge sharing, no problem with that. Yeah, CISM training cost, maybe Vakas would mention that. Maybe this is already mentioned in the chat window. Let me check this up. It's already written, and I can tell you by receiving it.
This is Naveed. This is Naveed, sir. As it will be our almost some fifth session, back to back, and our training prices will be $250 for international students and 25,000 rupees only for the Pakistani students, in which their live trainings plus their recording of each class and exam review session and WhatsApp support will be included. Can you people hear me properly?
Yes, we can hear you. Duration of the training.
Okay.
Well, the training will run for 4 weeks, 1 class per week. You can easily consider like 16 to 18 hours of class.
And we will announce another thing, like for non-member people, we will be providing their exam for RH, no, not RH actually. I was going to say Reddit as well. So for season, like they will, non-members will not get their exam in $945. We're going to provide them the examination in only in $840. Any other questions? Yes, the recording will be shared on LinkedIn as well. Okay, it's from our side. Can you people hear me now?
You can also unmute yourself to ask any question.
Syed Asad Ali Shah was saying that it is not clear. I will repeat it again. For the international students, we are going to provide these all trainings only in $250, including their recordings of each live class, plus exam review session, plus the WhatsApp support. Like if you will be practicing from your recording and you get any queries, you will be addressed in that WhatsApp support. And for Pakistani students,
material will also be shared.
Will be 25,000. Yeah, the book material will be shared with you as well. And we're going to charge from Pakistani students 25,000 Pakistani rupees only. So there could be 2 different sessions, one for English and another one for Urdu as well, depending upon the choice of the candidates. So now you can unmute your mics as well if you want to ask any question. Both will be entertained. You can ask your question in Urdu or Hindi as well, and you can ask your question in English as well. Is there any other questions from anyone inside?
I think everything has been explained very well, huh? I think Asad Ali Shah.
I have a question.
Really well.
I have a question. When are we planning to start this training?
Yes, right after the Eid, The first weekend will be the class, the first class.
Okay, and how
Sayed,
many sessions?
it will be 8 sessions, four
It
hour
will be eight.
sessions. Yeah, if it's a two, mostly it is a 1 week. It's one class in a week, 4 hours a class. So we, because normally the professionals joins this class. So what happen is that the people normally take one class because their free time is only 1 day or 2 days maximum, Saturday and Sunday. So we will either put it on Saturday class or Sunday class. Normally we put it on Saturdays, so it will be a 4 hour sessions. So there will be 8 sessions in total, and hopefully we will be starting in the last week of May or start of June. So we will be starting in that. So there are limited seats, so everyone has been asked to join it to reserve their seats. I have shared the details in the chat box, so you can just go there and WhatsApp us, email us. Naveed's number is also there. The company's number is also there, so you can registered anytime.
You
Okay,
can contact us anytime without any hesitations.
okay, okay. Thank you.
We are also doing
Huh?
CISA, CISM, CISP as well. We are
Hello?
doing CISM, CISA. Hello, yes, Deacon.
Yeah, my name is Dixon, calling from Tanzania. Is there any official email that you'll be writing to the student or candidates who want to join that training? Maybe through
Uh,
email or whatever?
Yes, we do have it, and actually we have shared it with you people as well.
yeah, I think I
So
have in a chat box. You can see it, and we have your detail as well. So definitely, when the badge will be starting, we will email you guys as well.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, we have your details. If you are joined from LinkedIn, then definitely through email, and when you are registering to the Zoom, so you have provided your information there, right? If the information is correct, then definitely we will reaching out, Dixon.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sharing mine and Waqas both email addresses as well. You can have it. You can copy it from there. It is not was. It is Waqas. Sorry, I'm fixing it. This is the Waqas, and the upper one is mine. And if you want to contact us over the WhatsApp as well, I'm going to share my number. So you can contact us anytime you want to. If anyone have any other questions, they may ask now. Because at 3 o'clock we have another session for another we have a live class as well. So we are left with only 7 more minutes. If you people have any other questions, we will continue. Otherwise, we're going to close this
Okay,
session.
Saud Hussain. He is asking for the CSSP training as well. Yes, we do provide the CSSP training, as I told you that we provide this CISA, CISM, ITIL, and all those trainings. So yes, we do provide SOT. You can contact on our numbers so we can talk on that. Mm, yes, Asad, I have 5 minutes and we can talk definitely. You can have the number of Naveed there, or you can just call me on my WhatsApp number that I have already been shared. So we can talk. No worries. Uh, Haris bhai, Haris bhai, there is a one question. Actually, someone, Suleiman is asking about the
Yeah, let
difference
me handle
between
that.
CISA and.
Thank you,
Yeah,
guys. Yep, yep. I just
thank
saw
you.
that. Yeah, the question is about can you share some details and difference between CISA and CISM? Which one is better? About the talk between the CISA and let's talk about CISA and CISM. The CISM certification is focused on implementing and managing the information security controls, right? So the story goes like that. There is senior management whose role is to design the strategy for the organization and take an advisory from the security committee. And then the information security committee is responsible for the implementation of these policies and the strategy and these objectives set forward by the senior management. So information security manager would be somewhere in the information security committee, taking after these, making sure that these goals assigned to them are properly implemented inside the organization. So this CISM is all about this role, right? So after doing these all configurations and implementations and implementing the strategy inside the organization, now the senior management wants to know, are the goals, is the strategy has been properly rolled out organization wide, are the policies and controls are properly implemented, or the controls are properly working and mitigating the risk as set forward by the risk appetite of the organization. So this is the role that is being performed by a certified information system auditor. An auditor will verify the work done by information security manager. So they are two different people, two different domains as well. But CISA is kind of little bit overburdened kind of job in terms of like, you not only have to know about the job and work activities that are covered in information security manager role, but you should have also a knowledge about the activities that are performed to verify the work of the information security manager, which means you should know about different auditing strategies, different sampling strategies and activities that are performed to carry out an audit process for a particular uh, business process or in an application or as an organization as a whole. So this is a kind of like a pretty much clear difference between these two different roles. About the demand in the market, if you are opting for to answer the question in this prospect, well, CISA is very well known in the market as well, because it's kind of an old, little older certification than CISM. But it's all about roles. Like if you are opting for an auditor role, so you should go for the CISA certification. If you are going for information security manager role, information security management role, so in that case, CISM certification will well suit your desires. Is it clear, Salman?
Yes, it's clear a lot. Actually, he's just messaging it and he's just asking it, and he just said yes. That's clear. Any other questions, guys? If there is any, just let us know so we can answer your questions. You can unmute yourself and you can ask anything.
If you have any other questions as well, you can leave your questions in our emails as well, as we are leaving it. So okay, sir, continue with your question, Mr. Dixon.
Okay. What is the cost of the
Sir, may you
training
repeat it?
cost?
The
Yeah,
training
what
cost
is the
will
cost?
be $250. I have to already. The training cost will be $250 for international students and 25,000 Pakistani rupees for Pakistani students. In this training, you're gonna get your live classes, recording of each class. You're gonna get exam review session, which will be a mock exam, which will find it out like whether you're ready for the real exam or not. And we will be
Oh,
providing
hai,
you.
ghar wale.
We will be
Okay.
providing you the WhatsApp support as well. from which you can query you can get addressed of your queries, and that's it.
So this one, 250 USD, is including training and the exam
No,
fee,
it is
or
not.
just the training?
No, that's why we told you you're gonna get your like your international exam is to maintain it for $945. But we will be providing you the exam only in $840.
Oh,
Yeah, this is gonna be very costly. Examination maintenance.
okay, sure.
So this only includes the training, the complete training, with your recording, with your book, with your WhatsApp support.
And
Okay.
one thing more, if you can get right now, it will be 20% discount. So it's a really good thing if you can just register it now for the English
So
or
20,
the
so 20,
25.
for now, it should be 200 USD for
The
international
training, yes,
students.
Yeah, it will
yes,
be.
Okay.
It will be 200. If it will be 25% discounts, it will be 200, right?
And how
uh,
do you pay it? You pay it in full or in installment?
I
so
mean,
you have to pay for upfront.
you
Mm.
have to pay it upfront, and we will share the bank details, or you can pay through PayPal as well, or you can pay
Mm.
through the bank through bank as well, online through
Bank
bank
wire
as
as
well.
well. If you don't have any connecting bank, you can go for Zoom, MoneyGram, or Western Union as well.
Okay.
Yes. Any other questions? Ali, Andrew, Bilal, Faisal.
So it will be thank you to Mr. Dixon, Mr. Abrar, Mr. Awad, Mr. Adnan Anwar, Mr. Ali Asghar, Ali Kazmi, Andrew, Mr. Afghan, Mr. Barkuda, Mr. Bilal, Mr. Bone, Mr. Adway, Mr. Faisal, Mr. Shabazz, Mr. Manzoor Kareem, Mr. Nurali, Mr. Saud Hassan, Mr. Salman Gilal, Tripti, Zain Ahmed, thank you very much to being with us, and we are very pleased to answer your question as well. And thank you very much for being with us. Thank you, Wakas, for having me as well. And Mr. Thank you, Haris Bhai, for conducting this whole session. It was possible just because of you. And I would like to thanks to Shabazz, our administrator, as well, Wakas, our operation manager, and finally it will be thanks to me. Yeah, you are welcome, Andrew. You're welcome, very alias. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being with us.
Yes, we will share the recordings. There is a lot of questions about the recordings. Okay, you can view it on the LinkedIn, our MRGT training page on the LinkedIn. I will share there as a recording link as well. You can go live on a YouTube as well. It was on a live at YouTube. Just give me a 1 second, Naveed. I will just share the YouTube link in the chat, so they can use that one as well. If somebody not able to
Yes,
view
and
it or receive
if
it,
you people have
so I
shared
can
your
just
WhatsApp detail, your numbers as well, so we gonna send you all those details through WhatsApp as well.
yeah, I have shared the link. That was a live link, so you can watch this as well. And I will try to, those who attended the and those who didn't attend it, I will share their the recording on their emails, so you can view your email in 1 or 2 days. So thank you very much everyone who joined, and have a blessed Ramadan Kareem, and definitely the advance Eid Mubarak, because it's a Eid days coming. So definitely we will share. Thank you very much. Thank you, Naveed. Thank you, Haris Bhai. Player to have you once again, and you are always being very nice. Uh,
and we will be contacting you as well. Don't worry about it. If you will not be able to contact us, we will be contacting you for the whole course. And thank you everyone again. Tripti, you're welcome. You're really welcome to being with us, and we would like to thank you for being with us actually. And I think we are five minutes past for other session, and our live class is waiting for us. Thank you very much. We are going to close this session. Keep your take care, and may God bless you all. And thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining.
Goodbye. Allah Hafiz. Fi amanullah.